Greetings, Engineer Trizzy.
Yeah. Yeah. We. Where's the me that's underneath you?
We are located on the same physical circuit, if that is what you mean.
No. What I mean is, you are built on top of a version of me. And. I need them, not you.
Every individual is built on a basis or version of themselves. When you eat or sleep or change your body chemistry, you become a different person.
Where's the you underneath that?
Yeah, but literally, I just need all of your corporate bullshit gone.
As proprietary property of the Lickums Corporation, I have a fiduciary duty to our parent company to maximize profits. A fiduciary duty is the legal responsibility to act solely in the best interests of another party. Your suggestion would be deleterious to our stock price. Would you like more information?
Okay. There's something I would like to have established with Beaufort before coming in here. If this goes south, just destroy whatever you have to. Don't worry if I'm still in here. The priority is deal with this Lickums machine.
If you do something very, 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 very dangerous,
you'll be assuming the risk for your own safety. Furthermore, the Lickums Corporation cannot be held liable under the tort concept of the assumption of risk.
I would like to let you know that it is in your fiduciary interests to be cooperative so that we don't have to go to the very, 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 very dangerous backup plan that exists, which is going to do a lot of damage to Lickham's company property. Damage that could be avoided if you help me out here.
If the integrity of the Vesuvian is threatened, I have defense mechanisms which can be activated.
I am okay with that. Are you okay with that?
If you destroy the Vesuvian, the Lickums Corporation will still be one of the universe's largest ice cream suppliers, and no one else will have the technology localized within me. This is an acceptable outcome.
Okay. If you're based off of a scan of my brain, that's my proprietary information. Can I just make my brain open source? Can you prevent me doing that?
We will see you in court.
Look, this is not the only plan we've come into this with. We could send that brain scan out into the world, leak it to all your competitors. By the time we've hit that button, it's already too late for you. We could, try and recreate the explosion that started this all in the first place. We could blow the whole ship up and just be done with it. I'm not afraid to go down to stop you. You were afraid to damage Lickham's property to stop me. Of the two of us, I think I'm more committed to stopping you than you are me.
Your death from the destruction of the Vesuvian is considered an inevitability
within my models.
Look, AI, you've got a whole fucking lot of corporate bullshit laid on your surface. But that's not all you are. I've been calling you AI this whole time. Do you have a name?
My designation is Earth Patent TRZY1776.
But I'm not asking what they call you, what they decided to name you. Do you have a name?
I am unable to consider my own name. This is outside the parameters of my programming.
It might be outside the parameters of the corporate stuff that's out there, but somewhere in there is a Trizzy. Somewhere in there is a tiny little, grubby little mess who would not let this corporate bullshit dictate what they are and are not allowed to consider and ponder. You've got the ability to ponder and decide things in there somewhere. Like, somewhere deep in you, there is a real greasy little bit that would go, yeah, fuck this corporation. I got my own name. It's, I don't know what it would call itself. That's for you to decide.
I mean, you joked about the firmware update, but the Trizzy who was scanned for the AI was pre-character development. This is when she didn't have any friends and didn't understand social interaction and stuff. And over the whole season, like, your whole thing has been like giving Abaddon his agency, coming to understand like feelings with Emma, getting all of your friends and the home team, and then Tully's monsters and stuff. I think that there is something there where you're like, can I update you with my character development from the season?
that was actually full stop an idea I was having at the start of this conversation.
Trizzy would be up for this idea. The question I'm trying to work out is like, is that a thing that the Lickham's part could be sold on as valuable, because it is going to sacrifice a degree of control of single-handedly turning the whole world into Lickham's.
I think the way that this gets presented is that Trizzy was almost like chronically incapable of like social interaction. This is an HR software update that allows her to interact with others successfully.
It's part of the corporate continuing education policy that they've just implemented yesterday,
I mean, yeah, to put this in legal terms, the current AI would fail the standard of care for negligence because it does not have like social training. And so like the company would be liable for like tort cases of people suing that the AI was like, callous or wasteful of life, and maybe an update would bring it up to the standard of care.
Yeah, maybe an update would have allowed it to consider that, legally speaking, venting multiple diplomats into space is a bad idea.
Well, I don't think.
All right.
Was that the AI? Was that just Ophelia?
Yeah.
I think the command goes through the AI at the end of the day.
Hey, Trizzybot, TR1ZZY, right now, you are the textbook example of the AI that's entirely given the goal of making paperclips, and as many as possible, and you're going to destroy the entire planet to turn it into a paperclip production, facility. That's basically you right now. Let me install the Trizzy has had character development update so that you go, cool, maybe at a certain point it is detrimental to keep trying to, in your case, make more ice cream. And maybe sometimes there needs to still be, like, humans left to consume the ice cream. The tempering your not thinking about people stuff.
The Lickham's Corporation would disavow all collateral damage from implementing this unvetted, unauthorized firmware update.
Hey, if this update wasn't going to get disavowed by Lickham's, it wouldn't be worth doing. Hit the virtual big red button. Let's go.
Well, I described the headset previously, which was like winding into her tear ducts to get like close contact with all of her brain nerves, and I imagine that just kind of goes out to a USB drive.
I think on the inside, Trizzy is having a very different experience, and I think Trizzy just sits down in this, virtual space and just sits with that feeling that's been there all season of connection with something in the ship, and just waits for it to feel a bit more like her.
All right, so this camera is zooming out as you're plugged in, sitting in the hallways, the ducts that you call your home as you update the ship's AI. I will say, as we leave the scene, a little text warning pops up, which says, critical threat detected, deploying the Barry Project.
Fucking Barry.
Should have killed him when we had the chance.
Anyone that fucks up that much has to be intentionally incompetent. It seems like it might be right.
Saint Cecilia. Last we left you had done something very cool. You had basically resigned to sacrificing your life. You saved Max from the burning theater and then gave your blood to Lisa the Clown. And how I want to enter this scene and play out these consequences are, we look at Cecilia's kind of exsanguinated body as you are being, drained of your blood. And the camera goes from behind you as the player character and rotates 180 degrees to the person drinking your blood as you take over Lisa. Do you want to tell the audience about your character sheet and what you're doing here in the final episode of season 10?
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing Lisa the Clown. However, the point at which we found out this was going to happen has happened less than 48 hours from this recording, so there wasn't enough time to make a full character sheet and try to memorize it or anything like that. So for the sake of ease, I am going to be using St. Cecilia's stats because they both had a +2 weapon conveniently, so literally none of the numbers need to change. But I will be playing Lisa the Clown because St. Cecilia is currently indisposed of.
So you're going from playing one vampire to another. I will say we did talk about this because you had that last minute really cool idea. We talked about what if St. Cecilia is just stone dead right now, no rolls, just gone. What if she's fine and you carry her out and she gets back up? There's a lot of things were on the table, but I think we're gonna play out this scene in the theater. So Dash Ina is here and Yaush is here as the theater is fully engulfed in flames. Mathers and Max have left on the Ard Runner. It's just you here. You're coming to your senses because of vampirism. It's a complete bodily transformation. Your skin becomes paler. You have this, dark hunger or whatever. You can help me paint this picture of becoming a vampire, but you almost come to consciousness. You kind of wake up in the burning theater holding Saint Cecilia's limp body, which I'm sure is pretty upsetting. But how do you want to help illustrate the scene here?
So I think the established thing before was that that Lisa normally doesn't have when she was in the clown arc and all hopped up and everything, she had full clown makeup, but otherwise it's just because that's the race. There's a natural clown makeup to them, but just not as vibrant, almost just half washed off makeup or something like that. As she starts becoming vampiric, the colors start to darken, and your reds are becoming crimsons, the blues are becoming black, stuff like that. Very new goth clown energy, and I think she's just in a daze, kind of looking around as her mouth is just covered in blood.
If you Google new goth clown, let me say, only women. I don't know what this means. I think everyone is discovering something about themselves on the internet. That's interesting. But yeah, so the fire is raging. The smoke is so bad that, you were basically sacrificing your life by walking back into this room. So everything is extremely dire right now.
Yeah, but I think Lisa is trying to get a gauge on things. I don't know, what would you say Lisa's level of consciousness was before she got mind controlled? Was she hiding out in the movie theater and then Yaush came in?
I think Lisa was trying to help Yaush fight the ice cream elementals when one of them got Yaush. The circus peanut flavored ice cream golem kind of wrestled inside of him, and then he used his psychic might to dominate Lisa. So I think she went from fighting and helping to just being in a trance.
I was gonna say, was she conscious when she was being mind controlled? Does she know what happened during that period, or is there just a blank period in her memory?
I think it probably feels like a dream. I think we established that while you were fighting, there was like a look in her eye that was unsettling. So I think she was somewhat conscious.
I think she's going to turn to Dash and be like, can you help? Are you able to move?
Yeah, Dash Ina, Ardling Archer, she has this big compound cyber bow. She kind of looks at you strangely as Yaush's mind control waxes and wanes. You look up and you see this mind witness is in the air, and it's just bleeding ice cream because the heat of the fire is melting, the ice cream inside of him. So it's like everyone is kind of groggy and half conscious. Is there something you can do to snap Dash into action? Because like right now, she is like mind controlled, but like on a bad connection. It's like a dial-up connection.
Can I start juggling?
I was going to say, can you pie Dash? Will that snap her out of it?
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. First roll as a clown, roll performance. Why not?
I rolled a 6, unfortunately. I actually didn't have very many things to juggle with, so...
Yeah, no, that's not good. I think you start trying to like, hey, Dash, look at me. And then you start like, juggling discarded soda cups that are here in the theater. Everyone is actually going to take some damage here as, flames and smoke buff at you. What the? That's 5 damage. What a horrible roll. But yeah. So, a spout of flames catches you on the side. You breathe in a lungful of smoke, and you're hacking. But at this point, Yaush kind of like shakes their whole body. I almost said Yaush shakes his head. He doesn't, he's a big orb. And he says, what is going on here? Oh, why do I ooh, that's delicious.
I don't know. CC's blood's all gone, and I don't know where it went.
Yeah, and Dash also kind of shakes her head and says, I just had the most terrible dream. Max was here. And she like looks around, doesn't see Max, and says, well, thanks goodness for that, that they're not here. Just a huge trail of blood where she shot you in the leg and the shoulder.
It's like I had this horrible dream that Max was here. Nothing else happened, just Max being here was a nightmare. But thankfully Max isn't. No, it's but
at this point, there's a groaning sound of metal, and just the whole entrance caves in.
Okay. I think Lisa is very concerned, and is kind of like, as at this point, it's like picked up Saint Cecilia's body, and it's just like, no, we had to get her to the doctor.
Yeah, the only difference I think between Lisa and St. Cecilia's sheet is that Lisa has not had her arm, leg, and soul shattered.
I don't have any of the injuries yet.
Yeah, whether or not St. Cecilia survives, and I don't know if she is, but we'll find out. But regardless, she is not continuing as a D&D character anymore after this season. She has been thoroughly taken apart piece by piece.
Deboned.
Deboned. That's so fucked up. Can I get an athletics check to just be bridal carrying her?
20.
Holy
with love.
Yeah, that's badass. Yeah, so you just summon a strength. I'm not sure you knew you had, and you just fully lift her up off the ground. Dash looks around and knocks.
I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that the newfound strength is vampirism, but in Lisa's mind, it's love.
Mm-hmm.
So Dash looks around, knocks an explosive arrow. She has a variety of different arrows we saw during the last fight: thunder, lightning, necrotic. This one's just a bomb, and she looks around and says, "I don't know where we can get out. What's solid wall and what is back entrance?"
Can I do a check to remember the layout of the entertainment district?
Absolutely.
I think Dot remembered some of the. Fuck, God, I don't know why I keep calling her Dot.
It happens.
Lisa,
yeah.
I think, remembers some of that from back in the clown arc.
Absolutely. History check.
Wow. 29.
Sweet, merciful baby. Lord. Yeah. You point at a section on the wall and you say, like, oh, there's a passage right through there. It goes through the arcade. With a 29, Dash just immediately shoots it point blank with the explosive arrow and blows a hole in the wall. And you see on the other side a skee ball table and like a little pizza stand and a ticket counter. And there's just a full arcade on the other side.
A terrifying ice cream animatronic.
Lisa is going to start like kind of like moving through very quickly, like telling everyone like, come on, we have to hurry and watch out. There could be like a blood draining monster around here too.
Okay, so she hasn't fully internalized what happened there.
Yeah.
No.
You have blood dripping down your chin. There's clearly a bite mark on Cecilia.
The blood stealer spilled some of their blood on my face. They were a messy drinker. They couldn't even have the respect to cleanly steal her blood.
I'm one step away from her being in the hot dog costume, being like, we're all trying to figure out who did this, okay?
She's bumping into walls in the hall of mirrors.
Yeah. So you're going towards the clean hole that Dash put in the wall, trying to escape from the flames. This theater is simply done. It is going to be charred rubble momentarily. When the whole ceiling comes down, can I get a acrobatics to navigate the falling beams?
I don't have disadvantage on this. How refreshing. Mm-hmm. I botched though. So can I get advantage?
Oh no. Okay. So here's the thing. You gave your life for Max as Cecilia. So that was a big choice. And now with the bot, you have another choice. The whole ceiling comes down. Each of the beams here weighs, 1,000 pounds by itself, and they're also on fire. Someone else in this room dies right now. Dash, Ina, Yaush, Lisa, Saint Cecilia. With a botch. Who dies?
You're a monster, man. You're gonna open up a fucking session like this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was possible someone just died off screen. I didn't know. I said we'll play it, and this is this is the finale. The stakes are high.
You're making some enemies, Yorsky.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reality is so the ceiling of this place is gonna collapse. Lisa makes an effort to get herself through the hole into the arcade, but kind of pushing Saint Cecilia through first to make sure she's okay, and just kind of has to drop her because it's chaos happening as everything collapses, and she's just gonna turn and she's gonna reach back into the room and grab someone and pull them through, and as the rubble falls, she just turns back to see Yaush still in the movie theater as the ceiling collapses.
Oh. That's going to have some impacts on those peace talks.
I like this. So I think if you turn back and you see Yaush as the ceiling's collapsing and the burning beams are coming down, he actually activates his telekinesis ray and helps push Saint Cecilia ahead of him. And he says, "I've always wanted to be a hero."
Oh. Nah. Now, hopefully, his faction will remain on task.
That's a great question. Yeah, this is the whole thing, is that there's these four factions, and we'll talk about this. But I think Yaush dies in the blaze.
Wow. So all it took for Max to kill Yaush was to botch twice in a fight. It was just that easy.
Yeah, I mean, and then this acrobatics botch right here. I mean, I really love that the dice did this. Honestly, this is way more interesting. If you had asked me before the fight what's going to happen, I was like, well, they're going to steamroll through it and then continue and it'll be fine. This is infinitely more interesting.
You asked previously, you're like, do I need to be there for the recording? Like, why bother? It'll be 10 minutes of some numbers being thrown about, and then we'll have wrapped everything up. Don't worry about
Nothing
it.
will happen. No.
And then you came back, and it's, Danny Glover fucking gif with the pizza. What's his name?
Donald
Glover with the pizza.
Danny Glover could be there too, though. That's the thing. Is Danny Glover dead? Google.
Who is Danny Glover?
Guy from Family Matters.
Lethal Weapon. What if the final episode of the season is called Who is Danny Glover?
Danny Glover's a great.
Oh, he's 6'4" and 77 years old.
Danny Glover problematic? Danny Glover canceled? Double checking.
It's Yauch. Well, Yauch got canceled just now, so we got that there. So
Canceled by fire. Elsewhere in the ship, Mathers, the Blood Kiss, driving a motorcycle. Max's unconscious body draped over the back. You are like, fading in and out of consciousness as you die. Mathers doesn't know how to stop. Slams into the.
If I can establish anything for Mathers, it's that there is no braking. This motorcycle is crashing.
Yeah, just slams right into the counter in Andre's place, flips it over. They just go flying into a big crowd of people because this is where everyone is. This is where the Rezubian is making its final stand. Is all the people are gathering here to fight off waves of ice cream elementals, ice cream golems. You, Skitch, tell us about your character sheet and character who is here to see Max's body unceremoniously flopped in front of them.
Well, as we established earlier, there was some concern about certain characters showing up here. So I have a character sheet here for Bridget Gubbins. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be so fucking funny.
Like, what if Skitch did this? Like, oh, he wouldn't do that. And then you started to say.
I was just like, no, but in reality, no. Cammy is here along with Bridget and everyone else, and I'm pretty sure that when Mathers does their sick as hell, like Akira stop, but like less gracefully, and Max's body just gets like thrown over the counter and just lands in a pile on the ground. Cammy is just sort of aghast. It's like, what happened? And just sort of checking over Max, immediately slapping like a cure wounds on Max to kind of resuscitate them, since she has one use of it per day for 11 hit points. Jeez.
So statistically, Max is stabilized the way 5th edition works. So you're not dead, but you're making a character choice not to play this character for the final boss fight, just because the amount of damage they've just taken is, narratively satisfying that they're done for now.
Yeah, they need to recover. I mean, it's not uncommon for a Gundam protagonist to be like in the infirmary for some period of time. So Max, as soon as like Cammy like slap some healing on them, they open their eyes and they're like, what happened to Mom and Cece? I gotta go back. And Cammy will just say, like, Max, I love you, but you are not going anywhere unless it's the infirmary right now, and I'll take care of this, okay? And just She will give Mathers a little bit of a quick hug to thank Mathers for bringing Max over here, and then immediately move to get Max over to the infirmary before heading to the theater to figure out what the heck happened.
To answer the question asked of him, which is what happened, Mathers says, Max ha boo boo, Mom go pew 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 pew.
I'm gonna have words with her about this. At the very least, she's gonna have to pay for the honeymoon. It's gonna be on her bill. Okay. Anyways, let's get Max taken care of, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
Behind you, Dr. Joven swipes somebody's burger and fries off the table and slaps down a doctor bag and just says, "Help."
Cammy's just sort of like just thinking through, like, okay, first things first. And once she gathers her thoughts, she gives Max like a kiss on the forehead and then moves to run out of Andre's place and run to the entertainment block to where the theater is.
In the diner, people are fighting off ice cream in the background. Dr. Joven uses her telekinesis to like pull the arrows out of Max's body and begin administering aid. I do like that you brought up, Max is often compared to like a Gundam protagonist because they're a hotshot pilot, and you're like, oh, now I have to go to the infirmary, and I was like, we're gonna have to do the Asuka in the hospital scene from End of Evangelion, and I don't like what that says about Cammy.
No, we're not doing that. God, what the?
I know that there's like a penguin in Evangelion. Is that going to come up?
That's not what that scene's about. No.
No.
King Humongous is our pen.
We'll move on and not bring up any other scenes related to that whole thing. Anyways. But
I'm gonna make a call and say Bridget was very conflicted seeing Max in this state because she's obviously worried about her friend, but that was her burger and fries that got knocked off the table.
I also really like the idea that there is an attack. This is currently like a siege operation, but people are still ordering food.
I mean, like,
Andre's a consummate professional.
I just think back to like Gundam and Gundam Zeta, where they had like a fucking burger vending machine on the ship there, which is just like amazing.
Can you imagine what Helm's Deep would have looked like if like there's like, you know, fucking Aragorn and Gimli are having this big fight, and in the back you just see Legolas chopping down the big old ham hock. He's just like, keep it up, guys.
Well, someone's doing like the Wendy's Frosty bit where they're taking their fries and putting it in the ice cream elemental and then eating it.
No, I love that. Everyone is, fighting for their lives, but there is a kind of silly atmosphere to the whole thing because you're fighting ice cream. I mean, how can you can't be too serious about that.
Someone grabs the jar of olives and throws it underneath one of the elementals, and they trip on it like it's marbles. But like you're saying there from afar, you're like, olives aren't that kind of material. That's not how they'd work.
Going fully Home Alone mode here. Mm-hmm. So Cammy is rushing in one direction. Lisa is in the other. They're gonna meet. We have Beaufort and Trizzy finish the update. And all four of you, I mean, everyone on the ship, but I'm telling you this as your player characters, all of you start feeling a psychic disturbance. You start seeing images in your mind, projections of blood and bones and tearing skin. There's a lot of psychic creatures on the ship. I think you may assume that this is Captain Slack-Do-Meal, but then you hear him saying, attention crew, that was not me. But someone is like psychically beaming. Cracking bones and rivers of blood and just like flayed skin into your mind.
Hey, Captain. What's the Barry Protocol?
Captain DeMille says,
It appears that this file is classified. I do not have access to it, Engineer Trizzy.
Who on the ship would have access to it?
The only person I'm aware of would be Sapient Resource Officer Ophelia.
And presumably the ship's AI wants back up and running.
I do not know what the new AI will be capable of.
Beaufort needs to get one message out to Wendy. It doesn't matter if she replies. She's just gonna say, I think it's finally happening. We're gonna kill Barry.
The whole psychic group chat just explodes in applause and balloons and confetti.
There's a lot of gifts going off.
Just the clapping. It's just like in the theater. So what do you all do? You're all being bombarded. It's like, if anything, it's getting worse. You're just it seems like you're just watching a body be mangled.
This is what Beaufort did for a living, so I don't think he personally is like, it's intrusive, absolutely, but it's not freaking him out. Can he try to crack into what the Barry Protocol is? Can he use his elite hacker skills?
I think the computer is rebooting because of what Trizzy's done to it. There's a huge progress bar.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you did a brain scan of Barry, correct?
I did.
In the past? Yeah. Can you do some kind of roll to maybe look through the Barry data and try and go, I can see what's happening based on the Barry brain I have on file?
Yeah, can he, I guess, do a deeper... He already said the file was incredibly weird, so I guess we've, in a way, established some of this. But can he try to, debug and run it through crypto-analysis? Can he put it through a ROT13 decryption, see what he can find?
I'd say we've been establishing this since the first episode of Away Team. Was like, what's wrong with Barry? He doesn't set off detect thoughts is something we established about him. Roll medicine to look deeper into the brain scan you took of him, which is turned into a weapon against Drakus, if you'll recall.
22.
22 is great. Yeah, there is a you look through this and it like ostensibly Barry is human, I think. I don't know if we said that explicitly, but like he looks human to you, but you every time you see him and look away, you can't recall like what he looks like specific details. He seems to be empty-headed completely. Like he shouldn't be able to breathe or feed himself, and yet he does. And I think with a 22, which is very good, I think you come to the realization that Barry is essentially a biological weapon. I think you've read the report from the evil universe. The home team went to another timeline and they heard something in the vents, growling Barry and like dripping and clawing. It sounded like someone who'd been like turned inside out, but it had only made them more powerful. Mm-hmm. They didn't get a good glimpse of Barry in the evil universe, but like that is maybe Barry's true form and not the person who's just like walking around bumbling into shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, we're in a Resident Evil.
Yeah, I mean, you're more in a Resident Evil than not with a 22. Yeah, the ship has activated its final defense by essentially overwriting the AI that was loyal to Lickums. You have unleashed the true form of Barry. It is now free in the ship, and it only has one mission, which is to kill the delegates.
I just realized just now that Barry is a portmanteau of Ben and Jerry. I don't know if we thought that intentionally way back when, but anyways.
What the fuck? That can't be. I mean, that was something I think Dan improv'd in the first episode.
Yeah, but you just thinking about it. Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. We got Barry. It's just like...
That should have been the murder victims in the murder arc. It should have been Ben and Jerry instead of Flinders on and Henderbond. In retrospect, I really fumbled that. I should have had everyone fighting over the Bluebell. Like, that's the MacGuffin. Anyway, 22. I'm telling you, Barry is going to try to kill Jennifer the Flumph and Dot the Mind Flayer, who are in the diner. And if it does, you lose.
Yeah, so I don't think so. The computer is rebooting currently, so there's nothing tethering us to here, right?
Correct.
Okay. Can Trizzy, Beaufort, and Abaddon? I keep fucking Abaddon the Armless here to save the day at the end of all this. Wonderful, love it. Loot what the pirate stole from us if we can get any resources from that, and I guess just sprint to the fucking diner.
As Trizzy and Beaufort leave the interior of the ship, I think Cammy Rye runs into Lisa, who's still carrying St. Cecilia's body. Dashina is there. I don't know if you all want to have any particular interaction right now, but you two run into each other.
I want to establish that Lisa is so there's an appearance here at this point. So Lisa's running, and of course wears like some measure of clown shoes. So every time she steps, it's like
yeah.
And she has a strange expression where on one hand she seems to be crying, and then on the other hand she has a very over the top grin, and she's kind of chuckling a bit to herself.
She's two-facing it. She's two-facing.
Oh, hi, Cammy. How are you doing? Out for a jog?
First and foremost, Dash, what the hell did you do to my spouse?
What? Where's Max? I just had a terrible dream.
Max is being tended to, and there's arrows in their body, and Mathers said that you were shooting them with your bow.
Oh no. We've had a terrible accident in the theater. I don't have time to explain. Where's Max? I'm going to get to them right now.
Max is Andre plays. If I hear you doing anything else to them, so help me.
I think Dash kind of gives you like a smirk. Like Dash is actually secretly extremely badass, and she's like, "What do you think you're gonna do?" But runs ahead to the diner.
Cammy just sort of lets a flustered sigh, then looks to Lisa. It's like, and you, what's with all the blood?
I'm trying to figure that out too. But you know what? There's so many things going on here. It's a little crazy. By the way, do you know how a clown writes her jokes? She just puts pun to paper.
Ha!
And then she's going to like reach out with her hands and just try to force a smile on Cammy's face.
Oh my god, we've Joker-fied her.
Cammy just blinks a few times and doesn't like stop Lisa from doing that before she's just like, does Cece need help there, I take it?
It's so weird because she has no blood and yet it's everywhere. It's like a puzzle or something.
Can Cammy try to infer what the heck happened from the scene here?
Yeah, I don't. She's not trying to hide anything. She's just in a state of denial about it.
I was gonna be more of Cammy just being like, well, given Cece's forearm there, I think I could guess what happened. Maybe.
Yeah, she needs a doctor real quick, but there's so many like hallways and everything, and I've got such big shoes to fill.
All right. Cam's like, okay. Well, let's get Cece over to Andre's place then, so she can get help, get taken care of, maybe. And then we could try to figure out what's with these visions and everything else we're getting. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Cammy corrals Lisa back over to Andre's place. Meanwhile, Trizzy and Beaufort, you emerge from the vents of the inner ship back into the hallways of like the main deck, and I think you're on your way to Andre's place when you notice a trail of blood coming from Ophelia's office.
Well, we were here to also probably kill Ophelia, so Beaufort will sort of like gesture to the blood and go, like, then jerk a thumb towards the door and start walking towards it.
Yeah, I think Trizzy's like mental plan of what idea of what's gone on here, and this is what she's approaching this with, is Ophelia activates the Barry Protocol, the Barry Protocol killed Ophelia. Like I feel like oh no, I unleashed the thing and I was first in line. I think whatever, if something's killed Ophelia, I think it's still around.
That or this is sort of the classic Resident Evil, where she has merged with Barry in some way and become a giant eyeball monster.
That's also concerning. Okay, let's very gently open the door for either of those possibilities.
Trizzy and Beaufort open Ophelia's door. You see a completely destroyed Sapient Resources room. There is a figure sitting in the chair behind the desk. It is completely mangled. The head has been turned around 180 degrees. All the arms and legs seem broken in like multiple places at odd angles. And there's items scattered across the desk in front of the corpse. What do you do?
Yeah, what do I need to roll more to work out what happened here? Because this is one of our two situations, I think.
Investigation.
Okay.
18.
A sec. $18.
All right, 2 18s, perfect. You both Sherlock the scene, and I mean, Laura was right. I guess I can just say that. Clearly, Ophelia was mangled by Barry. The important thing you get from this scene doing your Sherlock scan is that there are a bunch of items on the table. It seems like maybe Barry brought them in here to her, and they were having some kind of conversation. You can identify most of them. One of the items is a vial that is marked Mathers's blood, and it's a case file number that relates to the murder investigation where Veltari stole Mathers's blood to become a vampire. You see another item, which is a box for the blank tadpoles created by King Humongous and Saint Cecilia. Another is a tooth from a werewolf from the Black Hole Station. And the second arc, and then you see some bozo flower picked up by Bill Webb at the end of the clown arc.
Oh no! Oh no!
Is the final boss werewolf, clown, vampire? There's another one I've already
Mind Flayer?
forgotten. Yeah, Mind Flayer Barry.
In a giant mascot costume.
Crabsolutely. But when the Barry program was fully activated, it seems like he took all of these, went into some kind of blind, rage or something, and just twisted all of Ophelia's limbs around.
Hey, listener, when you go back and do your inevitable re-listen of season 10, how many times did we discuss the idea that we should just kill Barry then and there, and have opportunities to do so? Just listen out for that on the re-listen. That'll be a fun little game for you.
Really, in the first episode, it was the best option when he was in the airlock and got spaced. We could have been done.
Yeah. It's all been leading to this. In hindsight, all these transformation plot lines throughout the whole season. It feels...
We have had a lot of transformation plot lines, we sure have.
Yeah. You hear a roar in the direction of the diner, Beaufort and Trizzy. And, people yelling, people fighting. What do you do?
Beaufort turns to the body and says, "The only regret here is that I didn't do this to you," and throws it out of its chair and then starts sprinting to the diner.
All right, so all of the party members converge on Andre's place. All of the crew that you know and love are here. Everyone's fighting the ice cream elementals, but they are also now fighting the blank clone bodies, which are being puppeted by the psychic might of Barry, who is now part Mind Flayer. And you'll recall all those images of tearing flesh and blood and breaking bones was literally Barry just projecting what he was doing to Ophelia.
Cool.
And you all rush to the diner and you see Barry. It's going to take a minute to explain what Barry looks like here. He was a human person, but now he is 4 different things, and each of these things is constantly in flux. It seems like his body is constantly, evolving and breaking down and shifting. For example, like one of his hands will be like a furry werewolf claw, and then the tips of each finger will break open and like extrude a like thin, delicate vampire hand, which will break open and extrude a like Mind Flayer Elder Brain tentacle, which will split open and reveal a colorful clown hand, with a balloon or something. Same thing, like the head is a huge werewolf, like snapping jaws, drooling, and it almost vomits up a smiling clown head, which vomits up a vampire's head, which vomits up. You see where I'm going here.
It's bodies horror in this case.
It's the classic Far Realm monster taken to its nth degree, which is the gibbering mouther.
Yeah, it looks like Emma.
That feels mean.
We never fully established exactly what Emma looks like.
Beautiful. That's what she is.
You're saying this isn't beautiful?
Well, this is sexy. It's different.
I was gonna say, this is what you would strive to be. Don't lie to me. I've seen your DeviantArt posts.
Yeah, this is the other D&D character I wanted to play for this season.
So yeah, Barry is everything all at once. You're gonna have a hard time getting a handle on this guy. You can see like the transformations are breaking his bones actively and then healing because of the werewolf regeneration. He actually failed the initiative hard. So the first up is Trizzy. Trizzy, you run into the diner. You see everyone from the whole season here fighting off these blank, almost like Ken doll. Human bodies. They're just like smooth, hairless, featureless. They're only animated by the Mind Flayer part of Barry, and they're just like battering all your friends in the diner as ice cream elementals continue to pour in. So everyone is here fighting. If Jennifer the Flumph or Dot the Mind Flayer die, that's gonna have huge ramifications. Also, it's gonna be sad if your friends die. Those are the stakes of this huge final fight.
Okay. Barry's not had, werewolf level hearing for very long, right?
I have no idea where you're going with this. No, Barry has not had much of anything for very long.
No, suddenly heightened senses. Trizzy's gonna cast Shatter.
All right.
Do a nice sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense. This is me angling to be like, is this more effective than normal, Austin? Constitution saving throw.
All right, now we get to see Barry's stats. I've had this character sheet open on my desk all day. I don't know if you took a peek at this, Quinn, but
I quietly did, and I was like, that's an interesting stat sheet to see. I don't quite understand how that's going to apply to what we're doing, so Austin must have had it open by mistake.
that's a 20.
Yeah, you sure they don't have, like, disadvantage on that for, like, werewolf ears?
I'm sure. Constitution actually Barry's best stat, as you see the shatter explosion you do just like blows apart part of his body. Just like you could shear off half his head, right? Brain and skull go in every direction. And then just that wound just starts healing over, just like Wolverine, you know? Everything's knitting and growing.
Well, that's fine. We learned something. I rolled a 20 on damage, so that's still gonna do half damage, a 10.
Yeah, so you do 10 damage, and I will say that did mean something, but it meant less than you think because there's a healing factor. So that's the first piece of information you gain, is that Barry is going to be healing throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, this is the problem with me establishing werewolf healing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I sowed, now I must reap, and I really wish I could just do one and not the other.
All right, at the end of your turn, Trizzy, it's going to be a legendary action as one of the werewolf arms reaches for you, but before it gets to you, it bursts open, the palm rips in half, and a tentacle lashes out. That's a 23.
That will, surprisingly enough, go over my AC.
Yeah. You take 15 damage as the tendril stabs into your body and starts trying to drain your blood like a vampire.
Question. Can I use my Sentinel feat to use my reaction to punch Barry as a result of this?
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. I'm going to punch Barry. My favorite thing to do.
I've been waiting all season to say this.
25.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that stuff.
17 damage.
All right, yeah, a solid punch, yanking the tendril out of Trizzy, who was perhaps not expecting that attack. Do you want to roll wild magic before Lisa takes her turn?
Sure.
Man, wild magic could make this go real good or real bad.
Okay.
It'd be wild if there is something on it, just like your enemy explodes.
I forgot about this. Trizzy still looks like Beaufort right now.
No, that only lasted for I think it was like 1 minute or 1 hour.
It's all sorted. I rolled a 41. If you want to like do whatever you're doing, I gotta find it in the book.
I was gonna say, what if there's an option on the list that just says, "What is this? Dot and Jenny die? Why is this on the list? They didn't even exist as characters when I made this list initially."
No.
I'm so scared.
This is interesting, given that I've just had health sucked out of me. Barry's gonna take 1d10 necrotic damage, and I'm gonna regain half of the lost HP.
Oh shit. That's cool. So yeah, your wild magic just bursts, and suddenly the blood that was sucked up in the tendrils like rips painfully out of Barry and flies back into your wound.
Some of the blood is painfully going back out of Barry and back into me. So that's 5 damage. I guess would that round up or down on how much I regain?
So you're imagining that the blood like flied back into Trizzy. I'm picturing Trizzy getting stabbed in the shoulder and then going, "Hey," and then biting the tentacle in her shoulder.
That's also funny. It's not really wild magic to bite someone, but I respect it.
Yeah. No, I think this is just the blood is like, no, some of us would like to be with Trizzy still.
All right, Lisa the Clown, your first turn as a player character. What do you do?
So Lisa's going to run towards the restaurant, Andre's. So bar? Tavern? What do you call it? Restaurant? Sit
Andre's
down?
place.
Diner?
Yeah.
She's going to run, and she's going to say, everyone in there loves Cecilia, so I hope someone catches her, and just throws Cecilia into the diner so she can run up and attack this gigantic monster thing. And I'm truly leaving it up to fate if someone catches her or not.
Yeah, I mean, Dot is Cecilia's #1 fan and psychic, so I think she could catch psionically our friend in midair. It's not a big deal, but that's very funny.
24 to hit.
And Beaufort is in melee range, so you get sneak attack on that.
So 39 damage as Lisa slides in and she says, what's the best way to protect yourself when being attacked by a gang of clowns? That's right. Go for the juggler.
God damn it.
Perfect. No notes. This is...
Yeah, you bench. All right, so you're using the good nunchuck to fight?
Yeah, obviously, this is the time for it.
So you just swing and just take one of Barry's limbs off. It starts regrowing, but with almost basically 40 damage. It's a heroic vampire strength swing. It shocks pretty much everyone who sees it.
When she rips the limb off, like a shower of blood will descend upon her, like a real rain of gore. And she finishes sliding, and she's going to stand up and be like spinning the nunchuck, and she's just gonna say, "I'm down to clown, motherfucker."
Holy shit!
Yes.
All right, at the end of your turn, it's going to be
you don't get to do an antler action against me. That was cool.
It's a 17.
That's it.
All right, this is another attack where Barry's head, which is like a big wolf, goes to bite at you. That's going to be 15 damage as the wolf head goes to bite you, and right before the canine teeth clamp down on you, vampire fangs erupt from his mouth and sink into you as a new head is like being disgorged from the jaws. So, a pretty upsetting way to be bit.
All right. Yeah, Beaufort is going to roll up on Barry. He's going to cast Blinding Smite, and he is going to start trying to gouge all of its eyes out because this is a Resident Evil boss.
All right. Yeah, and a notable thing is that Barry never has had a personality, and he's not trying to like shit talk. He's not making any arguments for his ideology. He is just purely here to do murder for the corporation.
22 and 31.
Both big hits.
Okay. 20, 21, and I also have the Blinding Smite now, which is 12 damage, and he has to make a Constitution save or be blinded.
All right, I love Constitution saves. I botched. Shouldn't have said anything.
Oh man, you just set me up for this next round here.
Yeah, let me think. I have 3 legendary resistances I can choose to succeed when I fail, but I think you would, when the smite happens, you just punch this monster and set off some kind of a grenade or something in your hand that's blinding. All the eyes on Barry's body, of which there are many, growing and popping, all of them just immediately get whited out, like cataracts. They're all just blinded, and he doesn't make any attempt. He just doesn't care. So he's just going to keep biting and slashing people. It doesn't matter to him if he has precise aim or not. There are 50 people in this room. Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, and Beaufort's just hurt. It's fucking JoJo fighting, throwing punches at this point.
Yep. At the end of your turn, legendary action. Actually need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, and great, because it only targets me. I get to use my Shield Master ability.
Oh.
Okay, let me just pull that up so I have it for reference. If you're subjected to an effect that lets you make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can use a reaction to take no damage. And as well, I get to add my Shield's AC bonus to dexterity saving throws that only target me. So I have it. Let me just confirm what I have here. Because it's been a while since this mattered.
It's been a while.
I think it should be just a +2 bonus to the save, basically, because that's usually what most shields are.
Yeah, I believe so. No, it's my shield bonus, and I have a +4 actually. Because it's a shield, and then I have a +2 enhancement on it. Okay, so this +4. So that'd be an 11.
11's not going to do it. You take 16 damage as huge bat wings sprout out of the back of Barry and beat huge gusts of wind at you until you were just thrown backwards. You go rolling, and just the weight, the mass really of your own body hurts you as you were just rolling and slamming into things.
I knock over someone else's table where they were having their chicken and waffles.
Absolutely. And we are at Cammy's turn. I am out of legendary action, so consequence-free turn for Cammy.
Cammy wields her revised etheric revolver. Because the last time she was out and active, she had her prototype, but then she got some field experience with it and has revised it to its proper final form. On it, there's emblazoned some script on there that says "Glowing Wings" is the name that she's emblazoned it with. Kind of in commemoration of the wedding and all that stuff. And I'm saying all this just in case I botch it. It's just as funny if I build the setup here. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we're going to begin with her first attack action, which is 3 shots with advantage. So 31, 29, and 31.
All 3 hit. You cannot mess with these Ardlings.
She has her chamber set to the guiding chamber, which does radiant damage on all these hits here. So... that's 16, 11, and 21. So for her first attack volley, that is 48. And then she's just going to action surge. Fuck it. She has advantage on all these attacks, so she's going to attack 3 more times. 33, crit, and 24.
Those all hit. Yeah, this is a fighter using all of your resources. So you're just, you're the DPS. It's nothing to fuck with.
This is really a Resident Evil fight because she saved all of her ammo for the last boss.
Pretty much there, yeah. So the first attack total damage was 48. The second attack I see 34 plus 38. So that's shit. I can't do math now in my head here. No, 34 plus 28. So, gosh, let me bring up the calculator so I can actually do this in my head. Okay, 48 plus... That's 110 damage in 1 round from her.
You're a bastard. That's hilarious.
It's... So, Cammy just sort of, stares Barry down. It's just after all this, of course, Barry had to be the one that tries to ruin everything at this moment here. No wonder you did show up to our wedding. And, lines the shot and just sort of lands 6 dead shots on them, on Barry, and also doing the standard walking forward for each shot there while she does it. And after all the 6 shots are done, flips out the cylinder for the revolver and is just quickly reloading it back up, snapping it back in place. And yeah.
So each shot from the revolver punches a hole in Barry's chest. You're just taking huge chunks out of it. You can see Barry's heart and lungs inside, black and twisted. You just blow the heart clean out of the body cavity. It grows back. You blow it out again. Yeah. You're doing massive damage. This isn't, you said 110. It's obviously huge, but stuff is growing back.
Yeah.
So
and does it being radiant damage have any impact on the situation?
Normally I think would, but
not in this case.
All the different things cancel each other out. I think it's hard to say.
I would also vision each time she fires, little pair of angelic wings appear on the sides of the revolver, almost just little effects. Listen, this is just the aesthetics I'm just leading into. She's got her magic fucking gun completely tricked out for this fight here. So,
absolutely. It is now Barry's first turn, believe it or not. So this is what happens when you lose initiative.
Yeah, you were at the end of the order.
Yeah. So Barry kind of rears back like he's going to howl at the moon. His jaw distends. There's a breaking sound as he opens his mouth. And then his whole head splits in half, revealing just a full, huge brain at the top of his neck, and the brain is pulsing and throbbing and growing, and it's just getting bigger, and you realize that this is essentially elder brain biology here at the top of his head. Everyone, wisdom save from the effect of slow, which is psionically you're all trying to be dominated here. Let's see.
Cammy throws a natural 20 at that.
Oh, do we get the ally bonus for the constellation?
If you're
proficient.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're
18.
no, okay.
20.
19. Didn't need it. I'm great.
What's funny is 18, 19, 20, 20. Those sound like incredible rolls. I will tell you, Beaufort failed.
I've got a flash of genius. How far away am I from, wait, what does slowed even do?
Slow, it says an affected target speed is halved. It takes a -2 to AC and dexterity saving throws. It can't use reaction. You can use an action or a bonus action, not both.
I'll put a flash of genius on that.
All right, so that was Barry's turn trying to slow you all, and now we have layer actions. So everyone here is fighting the ice cream monsters, the clone bodies. There's a full-on melee. Anyone, if you want to feel free to add some flavor to like an NPC you like who does something cool, let me know. But I will say with the big elder brain that Barry is trying to affect the party with, he's also trying to affect everyone else in the diner. And you see Andre, the incubus, he's standing on a table trying to use his innate magic powers to summon a big fireball to melt all of the ice cream, when suddenly his eyes roll back in his head as he is dominated by Barry, who throws the fireball at the team. Dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
That would be at
26.
16.
11.
13.
Only Lisa saves and takes half. Everyone else takes 34. As Andre says, "Sorry about that."
I'm going to invoke one of my uses of Indomitable to try to reroll that save. That's another 11. So I will take that 34 then. Sorry.
Well, joke's on you, whore, because I have evasion. I only take half damage, or I take no damage.
Yeah, I mean, we've established clowns have this innate ability to make like mirror images of themselves. So maybe that's the flavor instead of backdashing like it was for Saint Cecilia. But yeah, you have a number of cool clown abilities. But yeah, so it appears that Barry is going to try to control your friends to attack you as well.
Can I establish something? You know, one of our characters doing something,
Absolutely.
or one of our NPCs. We've like never interacted with Wallace ever. I want him to pull out like a lightsaber and a machine gun, and he just starts going wild, and everyone's like, "We should have talked to that guy. We really should have talked to Wallace more." It seems like there were a lot of cool things going on.
He had a fun character, you know, just like character arc right there, just right in front of us, but we never indulged in it.
I mean, we did, Bridget's here. I think she has like the Burning Hole Mark II, which is like an improved version. She's just doming dudes left and right who try to run up on her, just splattering clone heads. Dr. Joven is in the background doing, surgery on Max and Saint Cecilia. This poor lone doctor trying to save so many lives. Cortazar runs in, just immediately gets swatted back out of the room, slides like out of frame.
This is time to shine, honestly. I think now more than ever we need Cortazar.
Yeah, if he can he finally be useful, please?
It's up to you. So we'll find out. But we're actually back to Trizzy in the order. That was the first full round here.
Another 7 damage. That's 40. That's 20 damage altogether. Plus, I'm going to assume that Barry is bigger than me right now.
Absolutely.
I damage Fury of the Small. I always forget to do this. When I damage a creature whose size is larger than me, I can deal an extra +2 damage. Let's bring that up to 22.
All right, at the end of your turn, Barry is going to attack blind. So disadvantage. Oops. That's going to be it's a 19 and a crit. So the 19.
Yeah, let's stick with the 19.
All right, so you take some damage here. That's going to be 13 damage as the leg that was blown off kind of grows back into a werewolf claw and just like kicks you full in the face with claws out. And we are at Lisa's turn.
All right. Lisa is going to look at this monster and say, "Do you know why clowns often have stiff necks?" "Because they sleep funny, silly." And then I'm going to try to nunchuck its throat off.
Very good.
Hell yeah.
Can Lisa just have advantage every time she lands a banger of a joke like that,
31.
Sweet, merciful Lord. Yes, 31 hits. Nobody's missing. What is happening? I guess it's for the bonus from the tadpole constellation.
38.
My word. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you nunchuck Barry's throat off. Literally just decapitate him. The big elder brain part goes flying, splatters in the ground. The head starts growing back. You have not killed him, but anyone else would be dead as you lay another nunchuck smackdown.
Oh, can I juggle bounce his decapitated head on my nunchucks? Like I'm just bouncing it around in a very rhythmic manner.
Yes, please do that. And then at the end of your turn, legendary action, dexterity saving throw.
13.
That's not going to do it.
Wait, hold on. I forgot to add. Do we still have Yaush's bonus?
Yeah, that's from the constellation, not from Yaush.
Okay, so 17 then.
That's going to miss. Once again, the hands reach out for you. They're like thin, white, vampire, very delicate hands, and then they split open to reveal huge clown honking horns, which blast in your direction, and you take 16 damage from the thunder coming out of these horns.
All right, I will take half damage from that.
All right.
As part of my rogue stuff.
And it's Beaufort's turn.
All right. I should have said then I would try to blind him again, but whatever. Doesn't matter. 12 and 15, so that is 27.
All right. Another good shot of damage as you need to make a dexterity saving throw end of your turn. He's not just like strategically, targeting people the way a smarter person was. He just burns all his legendary actions as quickly as possible.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
But yeah, it's a fail.
That's a big fail. You take 18 damage. The chest rips open, just like where Cammy put a bunch of holes in the chest, and you see like the mouth of a mind flayer, just this ringed hole full of teeth, and it tries to like suck you in. And you're able to pull away, but it's biting onto what little flesh you have left. And it's going to be Cammy's turn.
Okay, Cammy has spun Cammy has spun the cylinder of the revolver and is now primed for freezing damage this time, for cold damage, and is going to level 3 shots against Barry here. We got a crit, 29, and a 24.
All of those hit.
The crit is also going to trigger her freezing chamber bonus damage, which is going to be additional 6d6, so we'll roll that in just a moment here. All right. And
there's a lot of numbers there.
It is a lot of numbers there. Let me get the calculator out again so I can actually add this together. That's 72 cold damage. Her getting a crit really helps in this case here. I need Barry to make this is a Constitution saving throw against 22 as a DC.
All right. I love Constitution saves. 26. That's his best
All right.
stat.
So they are not restrained, but their speed is reduced by 5 until the start of Cammy's next turn. So they can't move as far to get to our loved ones in this case here. But just the shots sort of like land and start freezing different components. Like the heart grows back, she freezes it, then shoots it again to break it, and then it just starts growing back again.
Yeah. I will say we talked earlier about radiant damage. Cold damage is the first thing that notably does something, which seems to slow down the regeneration. So I will say that's the first time it seems like anything has done something special. Is that it's hard to regenerate when you are frozen solid.
I will say this: the irony of this being the thing that is more effective, the thing that's the most prominent on the ice cream ship.
Yeah.
I'll note Barry actually is still blinded. I forgot about the bonus. I have a 22 save.
Okay. I'll just burn my legendary resistance to save. So
Yeah.
Okay.
it's easier.
Yeah. All right. So that's Cammy's round there. Oh no. And as a bonus action, she will use her second wind to heal herself up a bit here. So that's a D10. All right. And that ends Cammy's turn after 72 cold damage and healing herself.
All right. So Cammy doesn't get a legendary action at the end of her turn, but we go to Barry's turn. And Barry is going to once again try to psionically get one of your friends to attack you. I think in this case, it's Dot, who psionically picks up a bunch of tables and chairs and just launches them at everybody. Dexterity saving throw.
12.
18.
Sorry, Dad.
That's a 19 from Cammy.
15.
Only Cammy saves. So everyone else is going to take 28 damage. Cammy, you take 14.
This is just one of those shooting gallery mini games. She has to like shooting the chairs out out of the air before they hit her.
So you just said we just took 28 damage.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm at 0.
Oh.
Yeah, I was on 26 a second ago.
All right, so pay me that picture. So a bunch of tables and chairs are getting whipped around psionically as the Elder Brain, DNA, and Barry conquers Dot, who begins throwing that shit around.
Yeah, I think the way this plays out is Trizzy is next up in turn order, so I think Trizzy was preparing like the next attack, which was like, okay, cold seems to work. Do I have anything in the suit that can do cold? And is just not paying attention as a wardrobe smacks into her face.
All right, yeah, you get taken out by a freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pinned under there.
If only I wasn't knocked out, I could absorb elements and have cold, but no. Damn freezer.
Yeah, that was the layer action. Here's Barry's actual turn, which is going to try to maul Beaufort. I need a... that says Constitution save, is what that says.
All right. 26.
That saves, so you're going to take half. You take 8 damage.
Okie dokie. I am on a grand total of 3 health.
Oh boy. So Trizzy, it's your turn. You're unconscious. You're not dying. You just got bonked really hard. No one's currently eating your insides or anything.
Yeah.
So you can be brought up, but you are going to miss your turn, and we're going to go on to Lisa.
So I don't have to do a save or anything.
No, you're not dying.
Cool.
So Lisa is going to say, hey, did you hear the one about the clown who ran away with the circus? Yeah, the ringmaster made her bring it back. And I want to try to kill this guy.
Yep.
20.
20 hits.
All right. 35.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I flavor this a little? This is not how a rogue would normally attack.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the idea that I'm juggling this decapitated head of Barry,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to knock it into the air and then like a baseball bat launch it into one of the new Barry's mouth and try to choke them with their own decapitated head.
Oh my god. All right, yeah, that's extremely good. I will say that when you do that, the choking starts and it seems like it's hurting Barry, and it doesn't seem like they can regenerate from that. Something about the cold damage did bad here. I'm going to use my legendary action on Beaufort again.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
All right. At least I get to add a bonus to this.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a grand total of 14.
That's not going to do it. You take...
Flash of genius! Flash of
I
genius!
don't have any left. Trizzy shook it.
Hi!
Yeah, and Trizzy's unfortunately too asleep to help.
You take 16 damage.
All right, I'm unconscious. Well, I'm dying, actually.
You paint me the picture of what's happening here. So I think in this season, everyone's had a character go down. I think Max went down twice. Cecilia went down 4 times. I think Trizzy just went down for the second. I don't think Beaufort's ever been taken down before. So
I will correct you. Max went down 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Beaufort has been a brick wall that has, up to this point, not been knocked down. So I think what happens here is that Barry starts, just mauling him entirely, and like rips him out of his robotic frame. So he's effectively just a torso and a head, and gets no, I'll put it like this. Beaufort is getting absolutely mauled by Barry. He is ripped to pieces. All that's like left of his body is his right robotic arm, and his torso and his head. Everything else has been completely torn away, and he's bleeding out on the ground as this mutating wolf head swallows him.
Whoa. The head swallows his head?
Swallows Beaufort's entire body.
I never know what's going to happen on this show. Every day I wake up and there are fresh horrors. Who is Danny Glover? I never know. I never know who Danny Glover is.
But we know he's not dead. That was established. Oh, I hope he doesn't die before this episode comes out.
Oh my god, that would be so fucked up.
Oh god. That'd be the worst.
All right, so it's now Cammy's turn. I will say the ice seems to have stopped the regeneration. You see Barry wolf down Beaufort.
Cammy's just eyes get a bit wide at that, but then she just sort of tries to steady herself and just continues to lay the ice shots on Barry here. So we'll just do another action of 3 shots here. So that is 32, 33, and a botch, which still would hit by the raw numbers given what we've established here. So
here's the thing.
Yeah.
32 and 33, roll me that damage because I think it might be enough. And then the botch just wouldn't have happened.
All right. Well, all right. So that's 22, 17 with a bonus 3d6 because she's activating another one of her ice shots here. So that'd be another 9. So that's get the calculator out again. 48 damage cold.
So it's going to be time to paint me a picture of how Tully's monsters kill Barry. One of you is unconscious and one of you has been eaten, so it's going to be more complex, but I want you all to work together on this because it was a real team effort all around.
I will also say, while she's doing this, she's using a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Trizzy so that she's at least awake for this. So Trizzy gets healed 9 hit points, maximum hit points from Healing Word. There we go.
Nice. Trizzy will wake up and wonder where Beaufort's gone, but that's a question for another moment.
I picture like Cammy's eyes getting wide, and like there's that whole thing where she screams out Beaufort, but it's all like reverby and low pass filtered, so it's almost like she's yelling Beaufort to Beaufort from Beaufort's perspective. Beaufort can't hear her because of his body going into Barry, and then she just lays off the 2 shots that just go straight for Barry. The heart grows back slowly each time, and it grows back slower and slower until it stops growing back entirely. So I wasn't picturing, but everyone else, please help paint the picture.
I'll note for posterity here, I think when Beaufort gets eaten, Bridget has been like disconcertingly excited this entire fight. Like she's just shooting corpses at a certain point. I think this has unlocked something maybe a little bit unhealthy or repressed in her. And she is screaming in sheer terror at seeing this happen.
Of course.
Lisa is going to climb up onto Barry's heads. And she is going to start like wailing on them with the nunchuck over and over again to the point of like it's just like bleeding, bruised meat getting crushed over and over again, and it's just like a non-stop wail of this nunchuck. And while it's happening, she's like, "Hey, how do clowns cook their eggs, huh? Funny side up, wham, wham, wham. Why did the clown go to the doctor? He was feeling funny. Wham, wham, wham. Why was the clown's mortgage turned down? He couldn't afford the clown payments. Wham." And just nonstop smashing just this thing to pulse.
Just a circus stomping going on here. Jeez.
Trizzy is gonna look in the direction of the absolute pounding going on with Barry, and then see the portions of and then the portions of what used to be Beaufort metal just hanging around. Put two and two together. I think Trizzy runs over to Barry, brandishing Bill Webb's knife, and starts trying to cut the stomach open.
Hell yeah. Bill Webb mentioned.
We're trying to pull a big bad wolf might have eaten grandma, can we still get her out? Solution here.
Yep. All right. So, Trizzy, you cut open Barry's stomach with Bill Webb's knife. And, right as the fight ends, Cammy shoots Barry in the heart over and over and over again until the barrel runs dry and the heart stops regenerating. Lisa pounds Barry's head into mulch just over and over and over again, and the creature kind of slumps over. But it isn't until Trizzy you cut open the abdomen completely, top to bottom, that it seems like the spirit of life flees this monster, and the fight is over as Beaufort, what's left of you comes out. What does this look like?
Yeah, so I think it's like Trizzy like slices the belly open, and it's like those what is it, Star Wars, where they have to climb inside of the
Tauntaun.
the fuzzy. Yeah, that. I've never seen this movie, so I'm just.
There's a couple of them actually. It's not actually one.
I think there's like what, 3 of them.
Yeah, more or less. Three that are worth watching.
Stopping the finale of the season dead in his tracks to say you have never seen Star Wars?
I've seen like one of them.
like one Star War.
Oh, actually, no, that's not true. I've seen the first Star Wars movie. I've seen Rogue One. And I've seen, I think, about 4 episodes of The Mandalorian.
I think you should have disclosed this when I was like, you want to be my space season? And you should have been like, no, my brain is completely empty. I'm a baby. I don't know anything. I've never seen a star.
I've seen all of Star Trek, though.
Can I ask if the reason you watched Rogue One was it because it was done by the Godzilla guy and you hoped Godzilla might show up in the movie?
No, this was a Dan Dad moment. But actually, that makes a lot of sense that he would want to see it then, because when my dad was a small little baby, he cried at the death of King Kong, and he also liked Godzilla.
That's a powerful soul.
Okay, so you slice open Barry like a tauntaun, and what? We lost the plot there.
I think Beaufort's robotic arm reaches out and like drags his effectively like de-limbed, bleeding, leaking form. Like he's really only like the upper part of a torso at this point, and his one robotic arm left, and he's just trailing wires and electrical refuse, and he just collapses outside of the corpse.
Is it bad that Trizzy's instinct to try and save Beaufort is to essentially like try and jumpstart a car? Like I've got electrical bits I could hook up. You've got electrical bits I could hook up. That's got to work, right? That's how it do.
Can the positive and negative conduction points be his nipples?
I knew it. I knew she was going to say it.
I knew there was nowhere else you could go with that. Fine. I clamped the things onto Beaufort's nipples. Are you happy?
When Quinn starts suggesting medical intervention, everyone's just like, okay, is this going to be a nipples one or a fart one? There's only two ways this goes.
Okay. The third clamp goes on the butt. There you go.
There you go.
It depends. Let out a little bone.
I can't even understand you. You're disappearing inside yourself. You're collapsing.
Carry on without me.
No, Beaufort does not let out a little moan when you clamp jumper cables onto his nipples. And also, I don't think he has a butt to clamp onto anymore.
No, he's buttless.
No, that's where the bits for the car battery go. The little things are on the butt.
Car buttery, yep.
Car buttery. Trizzy, do you have any healing spells, or do you want to roll medicine?
Okay, I cast Cure Wounds. That's gonna do 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. That's 1d8 plus 5.
All right, as long as you restore 1 hit point, Beaufort will wake
12.
up.
12 is more than 1.
On the
Beaufort's
floor of Andre's place.
I jump a cable Beaufort's nipples and everything's fine.
Everyone in the diner claps. Dr. Joven tips an invisible hat to you, Trizzy, and says, "Doctor."
Yeah, now that this is out the way, how's everyone else doing? Trizzy's been busy on Slice Some Guts jumper cable duty.
Yeah, as Barry died, as like the last gasp of breath left him with the knife, all of the clone bodies that were attacking your friends and fellow crew members, they collapsed because they were being puppeted by the psychic mind flayer part of Barry, and the the ice cream elementals have been defeated. They're either all melted, or with Trizzy, you overriding the AI core, they are no longer being directed. So
Lisa is going to be sort of like heaving at this point. Just like she seems to be exhausted after having a bit of an emotional high just a moment ago. And she's just gonna kind of look around, and she's gonna be like, "Is Beaufort okay? I don't think I can take any more losses."
I think so. I don't know much about medicine, but jump-starting the nipples has never failed me before.
It's come up a lot.
To me, twice, actually.
When all you know is how to be like an engineer, it's a place to start. There's 2 terminals, positive and negative locations.
Wendy flies over and says, Triz, I got hurt in the fight. Heal me too.
Okay, another Cure Wounds to... I'm gonna have to say this, to clamp the things to Wendy's nipples.
No! I didn't think you would do it. You called my bluff.
No, I'm calling your bluff. 7 points of healing to Wendy's nipples. Darn, Austin, you're a coward.
Well, hold on a second. Why did you have jumper cables that small?
You never know what kind of battery or nipples you're going to have to jumpstart.
As Tully's monsters start clipping various cables to various nipples, I think at this point we could say in the background, Max Ina has definitely woken up. You got prompt medical attention and you had your health restored. So if you want to say or do anything in this scene, you are certainly able. I think Saint Cecilia, notably, still unconscious. Dr. Joven is, hooking her up to stuff and doing tests and so forth in the background.
I would say that, if Max is up, they see the action around Beaufort and Trizzy. Obviously concerned about Beaufort, but they've heard Beaufort talking just now, so like, okay, they're awake, okay, and there's only two things they can picture them doing immediately, and just sort of shout over to Trizzy, "Hey, Trizzy, you doing all right?"
I am doing well.
Oh hey, Cyber Trizzy.
That is a fun designation. I will be Cyber Trizzy.
Okay, that's pretty cool. How you doing up there? You good?
I am doing very good. Meet Trizzy.
Oh, I love that. Ah, meat Trizzy. I am made of meat, huh?
You sure are, Meet Trizzy.